So we will be doing, continuing with Hasta Pada Gustasana, but we're doing affirmations for empowerment today. So I thought we'd also focus on core strength because solar plexus is said to be like our sense of self or sense of power. So we'll work on that as well. So if you want to begin lying reclined on your back. So the posture that we've been doing in the past week, it will in time. You have a strap? Great. So we'll be using a strap, a couple blocks. So when you're ready, you can come to reclined on your back. Option to leave the soles of the feet on the mat or extend the legs out long if that feels okay in your low back. Dropping into the witness, the observer. First observing the space around you. And then coming to observe the physical body, feeling into the physical body, noticing what you feel here. And beginning to observe the breath. Noticing here how just that observation of breath perhaps begins to change the breath. Where are you breathing into in the body? Noticing how the breath alters the sensations that you feel within the body. And continuing to observe the breath. First affirmation for class today is what I want matters. What I want and need matters. What I want and need matters. Beginning to add some movement here, drawing the right knee into the chest. Bring your hands behind the hamstring and start to straighten through the leg and bend a few times. And next time you straighten through the leg, hold here and just point and flex the foot. A few times. Circle out the ankle joint in one direction. And reverse. Release your hands by your side. Cross the right ankle over the left knee and draw both knees into the chest into a figure 4, flexing through both feet, perhaps grabbing for the left hamstring if that's available to you. Try to keep the shoulders soft and release to the floor. And gently press forward with the right shin. Inhale, exhale. Release both feet to the floor, drawing the left knee into the chest. Interlace the hands behind the hamstring of the left leg and bend and straighten through the left leg a few times. Warming up through the hamstring. Hasta Padangusthasana is a deep hamstring opener, back side of the leg, as well as hip opener. It also strengthens the core and works balance. And then hold the leg straighten and point and flex through the foot a few times. And circle the ankle in one direction. And reverse. Crossing the left ankle over the right knee, figure 4 on the right side, on the left, on the side. Drawing the knee into the chest. Perhaps you feel a bit of a stretch through the outer hip of the left hip, the glute. And releasing both feet to the floor. Draw the right knee back into the chest. Grab your strap. Interlace the strap on the bottom sole of the right foot. Both ends of the strap into the right hand. The left leg extends long down the mat, straightening through the right leg. You can keep a soft, supple bend through the knee so we're not hyperextending. And just holding here. Today I end patterns of apologizing for my power. Today I end patterns of apologizing for my power. With both ends of the strap in the right hand, the left arm at your side in a T, you can draw the right foot over to the right, opening up through the hip. If that left hip comes up off the floor, you can even use your left hand to bring it down. Try to keep both hips planted onto the floor. Breathing here. Long, slow inhalations and exhalations. Inhale, drawing that foot back to center, grabbing both ends of the strap in the left hand and drawing the foot over to the left. It doesn't have to be a big movement. Breathing into any sensation you feel here. Notice if there's any places you're gripping onto where you can relax. Through the jaw, through the shoulders. Inhale, drawing the foot back to center, Bring the left foot to meet the right, and pause here with feet extended towards the ceiling. Noticing the differences in the sides of the body, and then interlacing the strap over the left foot, extend the right foot long down the mat, and just hold here with both ends of the strap in the left hand. I am a willing participant in the creation of my life experience. I am a willing participant in the creation of my life experience. Inhale, exhale. With both ends of the strap in the left hand, start to draw the left foot out to the left, opening up with that left leg. You can use your right hand to keep the right hip down if you need. And this is not to evaluate or judge where we are in our flexibility, but just to find information, to observe and notice. Inhale, drawing the foot back to center, grabbing both ends of the strap in the right hand, and drawing the foot over to the right hand side, breathing here. Inhale, exhale. Returning the left leg back to center. Release the strap. Extend both legs towards the ceiling and just hold here. Legs up the wall variation. Bend both knees, so now the knees are stacked over the hips. The legs are at a 90-degree angle, and bring your palms to your knees and press the palms into the thighs press back into the hands. Maybe even lift the shoulders up off the floor, chin tucks to the chest, and find the C curve through the spine, pressing the hands into the knees back into the hands. You might shake a little, just feel it warming up through the core muscles. The harder you press, the harder it will be. And exhale, release everything down. Bring your knees into your chest and rock side to side. And with hands behind the hamstrings, you can use the legs here as momentum. Exhale, coming through to poor man's massage. Rocking up and forward and back. Bend and straighten the legs for momentum, or you can add an extra challenge for the core by trying to keep the legs still. And hold here in your Ardha Navasana boat pose. Thighs squeeze in towards each other. Spread the toes nice and wide and press through the balls of the feet. This is called pointing the feet. So pointing through the feet and flexing through the toes. You can stay here, broaden through the chest, the collarbone, or perhaps release the hands, perhaps straighten through the legs. Inhale, exhale, release into Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees out wide. You can rock the hips back. this feels too much in your low back. Inhale, elongate through the spine, through the crown of the head. Inhale, reach the fingertips up towards the ceiling. Exhale, release the right hand down, the left hand reaches overhead. Inhale, returning back to center. Exhale, other side, left hand down, right hand reaches overhead. Inhale, returning back to center. Right hand finds the right ankle, left hand reaches towards the ceiling. Exhale, twisting open to the left. Gently press that right knee down to the floor if you want a little bit more of an opening here. The groin, inhale. And exhale, returning back to center, reaching both fingertips up towards the ceiling. Exhale, twist to the right. Release the left hand, left ankle. Right fingertips point towards you. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, drop the shoulders down the back. The gaze is the last part of the twist. Inhale, returning the chest back to center. Exhale, gently fold forward, leading with the heart. When you find that place of resistance, inhale, lift just halfway and lengthen, and exhale, fold. Inhale, exhale, coming back up. Bring your hands behind you, fingertips pointing towards you. Bring the soles of the feet to the mat about hips distance apart. You can walk the feet out so the feet are a little bit past the knees. And draw and press the heels into the floor. As you do so, inhale, lift the hips up towards the ceiling. Draw the hips towards the heels and then lift towards the ceiling. So you have a little bit more of a shoulder opener. You can release the feet to the floor. Keep the chin tucked here, or maybe open up through the throat. Exhale, lower the hips down. And just simply come to standing at the front of your mat. Grab your blocks and bring them on the highest setting in front of you. And bringing your hands to the blocks, we'll move in through a cat-cow here. So bend your knees as much as you need here. Inhale, the belly drops, the gaze lifts. This helps to open up through the hamstrings. Exhale, round through the spine. Moving here with your cat-cow, maybe just a subtle cow tilt. Inhale, arch, exhale, round. Exhale. The next time you find that cow tilt, release the hands, come into your forward fold, chest to thighs. Meet, perhaps peace fingers find big toes. Bringing the elbows out wide. You can use that pull of hands to feet and gently press the toes back into the hands. And maybe from here, drawing the elbows in.
Perhaps straightening the legs a little bit more by pressing through the outer edges of the feet, but try to maintain that chest, torso to thigh connection. Release the grip of the hands, press through the feet, soft knees, flat back. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands through to heart center by your side, Tadasana mountain pose. Inhale, circle, sweep the hands. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Heel toe the feet in so that there's about a little small space between the heels, the toes are touching. And sit the hips down nice and low, fingertips drag to the floor, palms facing forward, Utkatasana chair pose. Inhale, exhale, sweep the palms back behind you, palms facing forward, squeeze the shoulder blades in together, lift just the left heel up off the floor. Send the left leg back, nice big long step, coming into a high lunge. Find your balance here in your high lunge. Gently lift through the back inner thigh, leaning over the front leg. Yes, inhale. Exhale, moving to warrior two. Reach that left hand forward and circle it into a warrior two. Left heel comes to the floor. Drawing that right outer hip back and in. Reverse your warrior. Reach the right fingertips forward, up and back. Reverse, straightening through the front leg. Reverse triangle. Bring the shoulders stacked over the hips. So now we're have legs for triangle pose. You can shorten the stance if you need. Trikonasana triangle. Reaching the right fingertips forward. Just moving here with the rib cage forward. And then you find that resistance. Release the right fingertips down. Left hand reaches towards the ceiling. You may use a block here if you'd like. Ground through the back foot, right back through to warrior two pose. Bend through the front knee. Inhale, exhale, release, hands right then left. Step back through to a plank pose. Shoulders stacked over wrists, nice. Drawing the outer hips in. Shift forward on the toes, lowering down, head stays lifted. Option to drop the knees if you need at any point. Tops of the feet to the mat. Draw the shoulders down the back. Inhale, rise up, Bhujangasana Cobra pose. The hands drag towards the feet. Exhale, tuck the toes under, press up and back, down dog. First down dog of the day. You can option to pedal out the feet, find any movement you need here. I am safe in my power because my power comes from love. I am safe in my power because my power comes from love. From here, bring the feet together, toes to touch. Right foot lifts, three-legged dog. Pressing back through the right heel. Exhale, draw knee into the chest. stack the shoulders over the wrist and hold here, lifting the knee high up into the chest, into the right armpit. Step forward with the right foot. Bringing hands to the right thigh, floating the left leg up off the floor. Maybe it's just a few inches. Maybe you can find that full warrior 3 pose. You can stay with the hands to the thigh, or maybe reach fingertips back behind you, squeezing the shoulder blades in towards each other, pointing through the back foot or flexing through the back foot. Help here with balance. Releasing that left knee to the floor, coming to Anjaneyasana. Stacking the shoulders right over hips in that 90-90. And gently squeezing that left glute and drawing the hips forward. Inhale, reach fingertips up towards the ceiling. Lengthen the ears away from the shoulders. I let go of limitations and recognize the beauty of my being. I let go of limitations and recognize the beauty of my being. Moving into a half Hanumasana, half split. So maybe walking that right foot slightly forward. Exhale, flexing the toes towards your face, straightening through the front leg, reaching the fingertips back behind you. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, soften through the front knee. Release the left hand to the floor. Right hand can come to the right knee, and you even press that right knee open a little. Finding a bit of a twist here through the torso. Bringing the right sole of the foot to the floor into this low lunge. Maybe tuck the back toe under, lifting the back knee, reaching the right fingertips up towards the ceiling. Inhale, exhale, wide-legged forward fold to the side edge of the mat. Hang out here. Outer edges of the feet are parallel. Lifting through the inner thighs. I trust my decisions. I trust my decisions. Hands to the waist, elbows hug in. Inhale, rise up. 5-pointed star. Bring the heels in, toes out. Sit down into your goddess squat. Goddess arms are optional. Yes. Knees tracking towards the middle toes. I uphold the standards I have for my life experience with grace and ease. I uphold the standards I have for my life experience with grace and ease. Inhale, straighten through the legs, reach the fingertips up towards the ceiling. Exhale, soften and sit back down into your goddess pose. Stepping the left foot to meet the right, come to the front of the mat, just sit back down into your Utkatasana chair pose. Hasta Padangusthasana on the right side, so lifting the right heel up, reaching for peace fingers around big toe. Maybe you stay here just grabbing the knee, that's absolutely fine, opening the knee out to the side. If you feel like, we'll stay here with the knee. So pressing the knee into the hands back into the knee. Find your balance, find a focal point on the floor somewhere in front of you, drawing the knee out to the right. Inhale, exhale, release the right foot down. Sit back down into your Utkatasana chair pose. Left knee into the chest, other side. And use your core strength here, left hand to left knee, open up to the left. Inhale, exhale, release that left foot to meet the right. Inhale, sweep the hands up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bow forward over the legs, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, bow. Hang out here in your forward fold for a moment. Relax, take it easy. Bringing feet together, heels slightly apart. Sit down into your Utkatasana. Squeeze the thighs together. Inhale, sweep the arms up towards the ceiling. Right heel lifts up off the floor. Reach the fingertips back behind you, palms facing forward. Big step back with the right foot. Coming into that high lunge, lifting high up onto the ball of the back foot, leaning over the front leg. Inhale, exhale, right through to warrior two. Beautiful. Inhale, exhale, flip the left palm towards the ceiling. Reach fingertips forward, up and back. Reverse your warrior. Straighten through the front leg. Setting up for Trikonasana, triangle pose. So stack the shoulders over hips, stretch the fingertips long. Inhale, exhale, reach for the front of the room. Keep reach. And just release the left hand down. It's okay if your hips move side to side. Ground through the back foot. Inhale, back up to warrior two, bending through the front knee. Inhale, exhale, windmill the hands, step back into plank, flowing through your vinyasa, plank. Slow lower down. Inhale, arching up. Exhale, cross back, down dog. From your down dog, lift up high onto the balls of the feet. The feet are about hips distance apart. Bend the knees, press back through the hips, pressing the floor away gently. Gripping with the fingertips. And then release the heels in the direction of the floor. Once you do that, lift and spread the toes up off the floor. Maybe you feel that in the calves. Little. Toes to touch. Inhale, left foot, three-legged dog. Exhale, draw knee to chest, shift the shoulders forward, and just hold here, lifting high onto the ball of the right foot. Lifting the knee high up into the left armpit. Inhale. Exhale, big step forward with the left leg. Coming into warrior three here, you can bring your hands to the left thigh. Floating just the right foot up, find your balance. Notice if that right hip wants to open. Try to lift through the left hip, stacking the hips. Are you able to drop the chest a little bit lower? Are you able to reach the fingertips back behind you? Yes. Inhale. Exhale, Anjaneyasana, release the right knee down, right through Gentle squeeze of that right glute and gently press the hips slightly forward. I allow myself to dream and imagine something better for myself. I allow myself to dream and imagine something better for myself. From here, moving into our half Hanumasana, half splits. Maybe step the foot slightly forward, toes flexed towards the face, leaning over the front leg. Bit of a balance challenge as well as a hamstring opener. Really press through the back foot can help with the balance here. Bending through the right knee, release the right hand down. Bring the left hand to the left knee. Press the hips forward and down. And maybe start to play with opening that left knee. You can use the hand. And maybe twist the chest to the left a little. Moving into a bit of a twist. Moving out of this twist, bringing the knee directly over the ankle, tucking the back toe under, lifting the back knee up off the floor. Are you able to do that without moving the hips? Left arm reaches towards the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold to the side edge of your mat. Any variation here, it's calling to you. You can reach the fingertips between the legs. Peace fingers around big toes, or just hang out here. I am worthy and I am enough. I am worthy and I am enough. Airplane arms, flat back, inhale, rise all the way up, goddess pose. Maybe bring the hands to the knees to deepen the squat here. You can gently press the hands into the thighs press back into the hands. I am the writer, director, actor, and witness to my own movie. I am the writer, director, actor, and witness to my own movie. Release the hands, inhale, straighten through the legs, reach fingertips up towards the ceiling. Exhale, sit back down, goddess. Moving forward to Utkatasana, to the front of the mat, step the right foot to meet the left, sit down, chair squat. Left heel lifts up off the floor, straighten through the right leg. You can either play with the knee, grabbing onto the knee, or if you want to play peace fingers around big toes, just straighten through the front leg. And it may not come completely straight, and that's okay. Release. And just pause in mountain pose before moving on to the other side. Centering, coming back to the breath. Sit down into Utkatasana, chair pose, lifting the right knee up into the chest. arrive in your Tadasana Mountain Pose, inhale, sweep the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bow over the legs, forward fold. My water is in my car. That's where it is. Heel toe the feet out wide, heels in, toes out. Sit the hips, swing the hips through between the heels, come into a Malasana squat. Thumb tips at heart center. See if you can open the legs without using your elbows, and then bring the elbows in. Do you want to play with crow today? So you can straighten through the legs. So beginners, sometimes the knees are on the outside of the legs. This is actually harder. The goal is to bring the knees right on top of the triceps. And then you want to find that foundation like with the hands, and you just shift forward. Keep the head lifted, shift forward. And soon your legs will just pop up off the floor. Yay! Got one, yeah. It's easier on a harder surface than on those squishy mats, for sure. You want to think of shifting forward. Gaze is lifted forward. Yeah, even lift the gaze a little bit forward. Yeah. You're laughing and smiling. You did pose very well then. Look, they're applauding for you. Come to a seat. Let's extend the right leg and draw the left knee into the right thigh. Flexing through the right foot, inhale, lengthen, and just folding forward between the heel and the thigh. You can use a block here underneath your forehead, a couple blocks. Make this more restorative. And you might need a blanket underneath, if you want a blanket underneath your seat, if this bothers you, you're okay. Sometimes people's hips lift up off the floor, and that's okay. Inhale, exhale, slowly coming up. Lifting the left arm towards the ceiling, reach it behind you, moving into a modified wild thing, coming to the left shin, reaching fingertips up behind you, lifting the heart up towards the ceiling. Inhale, exhale, release the left hip down, bringing the left leg long, the right sole of the foot to the inside of the left thigh. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. And find that place of resistance. Inhale, lift just halfway, lengthen, and then bow forward again. So there's many places you could feel this posture, but not in the knees. It's the only place I say don't feel this. No sharp shooting or tingling, numbing. You might notice one side is a little different than the other.
Inhale, exhale, coming back up. Release the right hand behind you, wild thing on the right side. Inhale, exhale, release, come down. Bring the soles of the feet to the mat. Reach the fingertips forward, find that C curve of the spine, and slowly lower all the way to the floor. When you arrive, you can bring your biceps to the floor and press the triceps down, lifting the shoulder blades up off the floor and gently walking them down. Bring the soles of the feet close to the hips, lifting the hips up off the floor and walking them a little closer to the heels, moving into a bridge posture. You can bring the hands to the floor, lifting the hips up towards the ceiling, maybe interlace the hands underneath you. Lifting up high onto the balls of the feet, slowly lower one hip. Slowly lower the hips down to the floor. Lifting the hips just slightly and rocking over onto the right glute. Draw both knees into the chest and over to the right. Twist, recline, twist. Arms may be at a T by your side, maybe gaze towards the left fingertips. If you want a little bit more, you can bring that right hand on top of the left knee. Breathing here through the belly, allowing it to be soft. I am grateful for all the incredible successes in my life. I am grateful for all the incredible successes in my life. Engaging the core slightly, drawing the knees into the chest. Knees come back to center, bring the soles of the feet to the mat, just for a moment to adjust the hips, lifting the hips slightly, rocking over onto the left glute, drawing the knees back into the chest and over to the left side. I easily create habits that bring me closer to the person I want to be. I easily create habits that bring me closer to the person I want to be. Engaging the core, drawing the knees back to center. Bring the soles of the feet to the mat to just adjust the hips. If there's any other movements or actions you need to get out of the way, now's your time. But when you're ready, you may extend the legs long. Perhaps bring a bolster underneath your knees if you need that extra support. Taking a deep cleansing breath in and out, settling in here. Allowing the floor to fully support your weight. Discipline is my greatest strength to achieving my goals. Consistency feels effortless. Discipline is my greatest strength to achieving my goals. Consistency feels effortless. Returning to the witness, the observer. Breathing in through the nose for the count of 5, holding for the count of 7, exhaling for the count of 8. This can help release any mental stimulation. If any of these affirmations created that. Three or 4 rounds of the 5, 7, 8 breathing. Until you're no longer observing the breath and you're simply being. breathing in a sip of air. Bringing your awareness back to the space around you. Feeling into the physical body. Inviting some gentle movement here. Just slowly, mindfully wake yourself up. And when you're ready, drawing the knees into the chest. Rolling over onto the right hand side in the fetal position for one final affirmation of class. My courage is my superpower. My courage is my superpower. Using the strength of your upper body, press your way up to a comfortable seat. Finishing with hands at heart center. Just taking a collective breath in and out. I only chant when there's 3 or more people. So bowing here. Thank you so much, Lisa. Namaste.